Hello students, in this video we will learn a mathematical tool which is known as differentiation. Actually how it works, I will tell you what do you mean by differentiation. When we split any big quantity into small, then it is known as differentiation. Like I have drawn one square here, and this is suppose x axis and this is y axis. You can see here there is one x axis and there is one y axis. Now I will draw one line straight perpendicular to x axis, another line, and I will keep this thing in mind that they all should be divided into equal parts, such as dx, 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 and this is dx. It means if suppose this value is say x, so I have divided this x into equal interval dx, 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 dx and dx. So I can say I have differentiated x axis with respect to small unit dx. Are you getting my point or not? Now same I can do here on the upside also. This is say dy, this is dy, this is dy, this is also dy, this is also dy, and this is also suppose dy. They all are in equal proportion, dy, 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 dy and dy. So I can write finally here that I have differentiated, suppose this is taken to be y. So I will write here I have differentiated y with respect to small value dy. Are you getting my point? It means this was a whole big figure which I have split into dx, 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 dx along x axis and dy, 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 dy along y axis. So differentiation of x with respect to dx, differentiation of dy with respect to dy. So when you split a big quantity into smaller one, this is known as what? Differentiation. Now in maths basically we have these terms ILATE. I stand for inverse terms, L stand for logarithmic, A for arithmetic, T for trigonometric and E for exponential. I told you as I is inverse, so if I write suppose y inverse, so this is inverse term. Logarithmic means log. This basically log we use generally for addition, subtraction, division and multiplication of different mathematical values. Arithmetic means suppose if I write 5 x, say x is any variable, so this is arithmetic. Trigonometric means trigo, that is sine theta, cos theta, like this. And E stands for exponential functions like ex. This term you will not do right now, you will do later on, but these terms you are going to use in 11th physics. So we will study how we can differentiate these mathematical terms. Suppose if I get this mathematical term like x to the power n. Now n is suppose anything, n I can fix, that's a constant term. N maybe, this is my x which is variable, x is variable where n is constant. This is n. Now this if I write as suppose I am keeping n suppose 1 or 2, suppose if n is equal to 2, x I am keeping 1, n is my 2 and my x is 1. So how I will write 1 square, which will give you 1. Now if n is equal to 2, I am keeping it constant, but now my x is 2. So 2 square becomes what? 4. Are you getting my point? It means this is a term which I will get. I am keeping n constant, but I am changing x. X is variable where n is constant. Now suppose if you want to differentiate this term, you write d by dx of x to the power n. So d by dx of x to the power n, the formula which you have to learn, you will learn this derivation of the given formula in 11th class mathematics, 12th class mathematics, but here in physics we are using the general terms only, general formulas. Though d by dx, that means I am differentiating x to the power n with respect to dx. So how I will write? I will write n of x n minus 1. What is the formula of differentiation of x to the power n? Is n of x n minus 1. Now another is, suppose I am choosing now d by dy of y square. Remember one thing, this is not always fixed that we always differentiate x with respect to dx. We can differentiate y with respect to dy also. I am writing here y to the power 2. So I will use the general formula d by dx of x to the power n is equal to n of x n minus 1. Here I am differentiating d by dy of y square. So this can be written further. I am using the same formula as n of x n minus 1. Here I will write n of y n minus 1. And I will write here n of y n minus 1. So what is my n here? N is my 2 here, like this. Here is n is here and here is 2. So I will write here 2 y 2 minus 1. So what will be my answer now? 2y. So what is the differentiation of y square with respect to dy? Answer is 2y. So this is the differentiation of arithmetic term from ILATE. In ILATE I told you about, ILATE is there. So here I have used arithmetic term. So I have differentiated arithmetic term in this condition. Now you can see the formula which is here now. Now this is the first thing which we have learned. Now another thing which we learn is, suppose we are differentiating any trigonometric term. Suppose I am differentiating sine theta. Now theta can be anything. Theta can be 0, theta can be 45, theta can be 30, theta can be 60, theta can be 1 degree, 2 degree, anything. So we are differentiating theta, sine theta with respect to d theta. Again I am telling to you, differentiation can be done only of those things which are variable. Differentiation of any constant term is 0. I am differentiating sine theta with respect to theta. I am differentiating sine theta with respect to d theta. I have written here. What is the general formula which we use? Which we will write here as cos theta. So what is the formula of differentiation of sine theta? Is cos theta. In third, suppose I am writing here d by d theta of sine 2 theta. So what I will write here? I will use here product rule. What product rule says? First I will differentiate this whole complete sine 2 theta. So what is the differentiation of complete sine 2 theta? Same as it is. Like differentiation of sine theta is cos theta. So differentiation of sine 2 theta will be cos 2 theta. But this is the basic term which we have to differentiate again. Here also I have differentiated theta. Don't think I have not differentiated theta here. But what happened? Suppose after cos theta, if I write in product form, basically it has to be written like this: d by d theta of theta to the power 1. Because here theta to the power 1 is there, nothing else. So differentiation complete formula is what? D by d theta of sine theta is cos theta. d by d theta of theta to the power 1. How I will write it here? Now cos theta remains as it is. For d by d theta of theta to the power 1, I will use the basic formula n of x n minus 1. Now in this situation, my n will be 1 d by dx. In place of d by dx, I will write here d by d theta. In place of x, I have used here theta. I will use the same basic formula which we have written here, n of x n minus 1. Only terms will change. Now what is the basic formula? N of x n minus 1. Here what is n? 1. And what is x here? Theta. So I will write the same thing. 1 of theta 1 minus 1. So theta to the power 0 is what? 1. So my answer will come what? 1. So I will write here only what? Is equal to 1 into cos theta. So my answer will be basically cos theta, which I have written here actually. Now in cos 2 theta, I will apply the same thing. D by d theta of sin 2 theta. D by d theta of sin 2 theta. Differentiation of this was cos 2 theta. I will use the same application which I have used here actually. So what I will do, here I have written d by d theta of sin theta, cos theta, and differentiation theta also. I will do the same here. I will write here. Now the space is very less, so I am writing below d by d theta of 2 theta. Now theta to the power 1 is there. Now I told you differentiation of constant terms cannot be there. So that's why this 2 will come outside because it's a constant and it is in multiplication form. That's why it is coming out. Remember one thing. If any constant is multiplied or divided by any variable, then it will come out. Otherwise, if it is added or subtracted, you have to take common only. So here 2 I will take outside, so it becomes 2 cos 2 theta. And again what will happen? We will do d by d theta of theta to the power 1. Again we will use the same basic formula, n of x n minus 1. Now in place of n we have used here 1, and place of x we will use theta. So I am applying here 2 cos 2 theta remains as it is. Theta to the power 1 was here. So I will write here 1 of theta 1 minus 1. So what is my theta 1 minus 1 will be theta to the power 0. It will again come 1. So my answer will be what finally? 2 cos 2 theta. Now it will be more clear in the next fourth. In fourth I will write here d by d theta of, I will again write d by d theta of suppose cos theta. So what is d by d theta of cos theta? Remember one thing, the formula which you have to learn is minus sin theta. These derivations you will do later on in 12th class, but here you are using direct formula. So d by d theta of sin theta is cos theta. D by d theta of theta to power 1. So answer was again cos theta. I will apply the same logic. D by d theta of cos theta is minus sin theta. But I have to differentiate theta also again. So I will write here d by d theta of theta to the power 1. So it will come what? Minus sin theta. Okay. The theta to the power 1 I will apply the same basic formula. 1 of theta 1 minus 1. What is theta to the power 0? Again 1. So my answer will be minus sin theta. Now in the next fifth, I will use another d by d theta of cos 2 theta. I told you, we will use the same thing. D by d theta of cos theta will be sin 2 theta in negative. But I have to do the differentiation again. I will write here d by d theta of 2 theta. I told you 2 is constant, it will come outside. Earlier it has already come outside, here also it will come outside. So it becomes minus of 2 sin 2 theta. Here theta is power 0 is there. So we will write d by d theta of theta to power 1. Theta to the power 1 here. I will again apply the basic formula. Which formula I am talking of? I am talking of n of xn minus 1. In place of n I will use 1. In place of x I will use theta, and again I will apply the same formula. So finally I will write is equal to minus 2 sine 2 theta 1 of theta 1 minus 1. So theta to power 0 is what? 1 only. So answer will be minus of 2 sine 2 theta. Now this is the first concept which we have learned of trigonometric values. Now we will do the next thing which we require. Basically I will tell you why I am doing this. I will tell you now practical application which we have learned so far. Suppose you are going from Delhi to Agra. Distance is 200 kilometers. Suppose I am just taking this, that is, you are going from Delhi to Agra, and distance is how much? 200 kilometers. Now you travel the distance, and I am writing, suppose s is the distance traveled and this is the time which is taken. Suppose in 1 hour you have covered 50 kilometers. In second hour you have covered 100. In third hour you have covered 150 kilometers, and in last fourth hour you have covered 200 kilometers. Again I am repeating, this is the distance which I have covered from Delhi to Agra. Distance was 200 kilometers. Time I have plotted on time axis. Distance I have plotted on y axis. I am saying in 1 hour you covered 50 kilometers. In second 2 hour you covered 100 kilometers. In third hour you covered 150, and in fourth hour, last hour, you covered 200 kilometers. So if I draw this line, it will come somehow straight, and this you known as uniform motion. When body covers equal distance in equal interval of time, it is said to be what? A uniform motion, and the same is uniform speed. Now if I want to calculate velocity, so what you have done actually, you have split this value 200 kilometers and time, suppose you have taken 4 hours, into 1 hour slot, and distance in 50 kilometer slots. It means you have done the differentiation of time, and here you have done the differentiation of distance also. So this is a practical application, we can say, of differentiation. Now suppose if I want to say that if I say this distance and time graph, not in hours and in kilometers, I can write them in very small intervals, say 1 meter 1 second, then 2 meter in next 2 seconds, this is 2 meter and this is 2 seconds, and so on. Clear? And so on here also. So what I have done, I have split this value from hour to second and kilometer to meter. So again, this is the kind of differentiation. A very small interval we are saying this thing. Now actually here if you find velocity, so you will write velocity is equal to displacement upon time. But here time is very small and distance is also very small. So we can write here velocity can be calculated how? Differentiation of s I am taking here, time I am taking here actually. Differentiation of s, very small interval, to with respect to dt, any small time. So I have done here differentiation of distance with respect to time. Now I will give you one example. Suppose my distance is s is equal to t square. My s depends upon time. Suppose I am taking one example. Time is suppose 1 second. So my distance will be also say 1 meter. Now in the second thing, suppose time is 2 seconds. So my distance s will be 2 square, that is 4 meter. Are you getting my point? It means if I change the value of time t, my distance is changing accordingly. Now if I want to find what is my velocity, if you want to find velocity of the body which is following this relation s is equal to t square in 3 seconds, how you calculate? We are finding velocity of the body in 3 seconds, and now the body is following this mathematical expression. To calculate that velocity, what I will do? I will do ds by dt. That is ds by dt. How I will write? D by dt I will write like this, and here it comes t square. Why? Because my s is t square. Clear? I have differentiated s with respect to dt. So whatever I will write here d by ds, if I write, so I will write here d by dt here. Now how I will calculate this value? Now to calculate this value, I will use the basic formula. The basic formula which I told you, that is, if I write d by dx of x to the power n, it will be x to the power n. It will be written as n of x n minus 1. Similarly here, my velocity will be written as d by dt of t square. It was not is equal to, it was d by dx of x to the power n, which is the basic formula I have given here, sorry. Now in place of d by dx, I have used here d by dt. In place of x to the power n, here is t square. So I will use the basic formula. It becomes 2 of t 2 minus 1. My answer will be 2t. So this is my velocity which is coming is equal to 2t. This is the smallest value I got from the given equation. Now but I have to calculate velocity at how much seconds? 3 seconds. So what I will write here, v is equal to 2 into 3. So my velocity will come how much? 6 meter per second. Clear? Now if you want to find acceleration, my acceleration will be what? dv by dt. As we know that I will not use here 6. I will not put here 6. I will not put. Why? Because if I do so, d by dt of 6 I will write here. I told you differentiation of any constant term is what? 0. So answer will come 0. But the answer is not coming 0. So if I want to differentiate velocity with respect to time t, so I will not put the value or constant value of velocity. I will put the variable value of velocity, because I want to differentiate v again with respect to time t to find acceleration. What I will do? I will write here a is equal to d by dt. As I have to put the value of variable function of velocity, it becomes 2t. Now 2 is again constant, it will come outside. It will give you 2 d by dt of t to the power 1. So acceleration becomes what? 2 d by dt of 1 t 1 minus 1. So what the value I will get? 2 meter per second square, because t to the power 1 minus 1 becomes 0, t to the power 0 is 1, the answer is how much? 2 meter per second square. It means we have used differentiation to find acceleration and velocity. Now in the next lecture I will tell you about integration. Thank you.